The attorney asked the witness a question, now he started cursing and yelling. What happens then? What does the judge do? Is it ever appropriate for a witness to actually curse in the middle of trial? You want to know the answer? Come join me on this walk through the neighborhood as I share with you the answer to that question. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. Okay, so let's say this is a medical malpractice case, and now there's a witness on the witness stand at trial, and he's being questioned by an attorney. The attorney asks him, hey, Mr. Jones, what did you hear this person say in response to the doctor's statement? And now he begins to respond by cursing and yelling, that son of a bitch, and now he starts using really bad language, horrible words. Is that ever appropriate? Will the defense attorney jump up out of his seat yelling, objection, judge, he can't curse in this courtroom? What's the judge going to do? In this quick scenario, the answer is, in all likelihood, nothing. You want to know why? It's because the attorney has asked a specific question about what this witness heard, what he saw. And what did he hear? He heard this particular witness going ahead and screaming. He heard this witness going ahead and cursing. He heard this witness expressing his outrage and his anger. And in all likelihood, he wanted to let the jury know exactly what this witness heard. Now, here's something interesting. You should know that in court, if an attorney asks a witness to tell the jury what it was that he heard somebody else say, guess what? You know what that's called? That's called hearsay. And if that person who made those statements is now not coming into court to testify, then guess what? The witness who is now on the witness stand, who is now asked the question, hey, Mr. Jones, tell us what you heard Mr. Gonzalez say, that's hearsay. And that testimony will not be allowed. Why? It's because this guy could be making something up totally out of thin air, right? And there's no way to test the credibility of the person who is making it. So the law says, hey, listen, if you intend on getting this information in front of the jury, now you have to do it a number of ways. You can have this guy explain what it was that he saw and what he heard, but if he's talking about a conversation that happened by somebody else, right? Let's say Mr. Gonzalez said this stuff to the doctor, and this guy was a bystander, and now the attorney brings in this bystander to testify because Mr. Gonzalez is nowhere around. Guess what? That information would be inappropriate to explain to the jury because now the opposing attorney would not be able to go ahead and verify the information in that statement. But now let's do it a different way. Let's have this scenario, okay? Let's say the attorney is now questioning the witness, and the witness gets frustrated and angry with the attorney. And now he starts cursing at the attorney who's asking him cross-examination questions. Hey, Oginski, I can't believe you son of a bitch, you goddamn. And now he starts yelling and cursing at me, for example, right? What does the judge do in that instance? I'll tell you what he does. The judge is going to admonish the witness. The judge is likely not going to tolerate that type of language. He will not tolerate that type of outburst. He'll likely remind the witness that he has to keep his answers civil and that he has to answer the questions that are posed to him. That's critically important. So now the judge is going to jump in and say, hey, Mr. Witness, you can't do that. I don't want to hear that type of language in my courtroom. If you continue to do that, I'm going to throw you out. I'm going to penalize you. And there are many different ways a judge could do that. I'm going to penalize you if you continue to do that. So he gives him a warning. And hopefully that stops it right then and there. Is it ever appropriate, by the way, for an attorney to start screaming and yelling and cursing in the courtroom? Actually, no, it's not. Attorneys have to abide by a set of ethical rules and guidelines when they are in court. And guess what? If an attorney violates those rules, they're going to pay a big price for it. Not just with the jury, but from the judge and from the legal system as well. So it's a wise move for the attorneys not to engage in that type of behavior. It's inappropriate, it's unprofessional, and you know what? The jury will not appreciate it. So why do I bring this up? I bring this up because I have been in court at times where I have witnessed outbursts by witnesses that included cursing and yelling and screaming either toward the attorney or towards the judge, or when they are now recounting to the jury what it was that they heard somebody else say. And I thought it would be interesting for you to hear about. You know, I realize you're likely watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen in New York and you have not yet started a lawsuit but are thinking of doing so, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know I answer questions like yours every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a great day.